Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning for March 24, 2024, 4 people injured in Westmoreland drive-by shooting. A 52-year-old mechanic from Manchester is among 4 people who were reportedly injured in a drive-by shooting in the vicinity of White House Town Center in Westmoreland on Friday night. The incident happened shortly after 8 p.m. Reports from the police are that 2 of the injured men were sitting on a bench at the front of a bar on the White House main road when a white Toyota Axia motorcar drove up. A lone gunman is said to have disembarked the motorcar and opened gunfire at both men, who ran off in different directions in a bid to escape injuries. According to the lawmen, the gunman then re-entered the vehicle, which drove off in the direction of 4 roads in the parish. The news understands that when the shooting subsided, one of the men discovered that he received a gunshot wound to his left thigh, while the other was shot in his right arm. Meanwhile, one man who was a patron inside the bar received a gunshot wound to his right thigh. Another man who had stopped on the roadway to repair a truck in which he was traveling was also hit in the crossfire, and he received a gunshot wound to his left wrist. All 4 men were transported by citizens to the hospital, where they were treated and admitted in stable conditions. Investigations are ongoing. The ages of the victims range from 24 years old to 52 years old. Process raised in Auditor General's reports disputes. Government sources are insisting that 2 reports from the Auditor General's department were referred by Parliament back to that office, which failed to comply with the law governing treatment of reports before they are submitted to the House of Representatives. A letter seen by the news, which was sent by House Clerk Valerie Curtis to Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis, argued that the reports were not properly or lawfully submitted to Parliament for tabling. The 2 reports are a special audit of the Financial Services Commission and a special audit of Tax Administration Jamaica. Please be advised that the aforementioned reports are being returned to you in accordance with the ruling of the Speaker of the House of Representatives that all reports from the Auditor General's Department, which are an audit of a public body, will be tabled in accordance with Section 30 of the Financial Administration and Audit Act and/or 13A of the Public Administration and Audit Act, and the procedures outlined therein, said the letter from Curtis to Monroe Ellis. The letter was dated January 8. The correspondence was reportedly sent by the House Clerk after Parliament via House Speaker Juliet Holness consulted with the Parliamentary Legal Counsel, who advised that the reports were not submitted for tabling in accordance with the law. Section 30 of the FAA Act says that the Auditor General's report on examination and audit of any accounts audited pursuant to relevant provisions of the Act shall be submitted to the responsible minister for presentation. According to the FAA Act, the responsible minister, upon receipt of the report, shall obtain the observation of the public body concerned on any matter which has been drawn by the Auditor General in the report, and cause such observations to be presented to the House of Representatives together with the report. The Act also says if the responsible minister fails within 2 months of receipt of the report to present it to the House of Representatives, then the Auditor General shall transmit a copy of the report to the Speaker of the House of Representatives to be presented to the House. The 2 reports of the Auditor General's department were reportedly sent back to the department because the Parliamentary Council advised the House Speaker that the department did not comply with the section of the Act which mandates that the documents should be first sent to the responsible minister prior to being tabled in the House. Parliament had told the AGD that as soon as the lawful process is observed, the reports will be tabled immediately. On Friday, the opposition People's National Party reiterated its call for the immediate tabling of reports from all investigative bodies upon submission to Parliament. The party pointed to the Integrity Commission's annual report sent to Parliament in 2023, disclosing ongoing investigations involving 6 parliamentarians for illicit enrichment. Subsequently, the Speaker of the House ruled that certain Integrity Commission reports must undergo review by Parliament's Integrity Commission Oversight Committee before being tabled. This decision was reportedly based on a legal opinion from the Attorney General, which remains unshared with the public, despite repeated requests from the opposition, the PNP said. It said that the Speaker's ruling has stymied the prompt tabling of the Auditor General's performance audit reports sent to Parliament in January. The Speaker's deviation from the established protocol hinders the timely dissemination of crucial information vital for transparent governance, the PNP said, adding that it has strongly opposed this approach and maintains that the conduct of the Speaker with respect to the timely tabling of reports and her departure from established practices is inconsistent with good governance. Mom seeks redress after 9-year-old daughter is blinded at school. Gwendolyn Martinez was at work when she got a telephone call every parent dreads. Her 9-year-old daughter, Shiel Hernandez, had lost the sight in her right eye after an incident involving another student at the Goshen Primary School in St. Mary, the person on the other end of the call reported. Even more distressing was that the telephone call, which came in shortly after 4 p.m. on April 8, 2022, was from a relative after her daughter returned home crying, and not from school administrators, the woman complained during an interview with the news last week. When Martinez questioned the school administrators about their handling of the incident and why was she not immediately contacted after the incident, she said the response left her stunned. "Yes, the incident took place, but I did not remember to call you," Martinez claimed her daughter's second-grade teacher responded when she called her. "They were rendering first aid, washing out the eye with water. So how is it that they did not remember to call me?" she questioned during the interview. The mother has requested that the news not publish their real names to protect their privacy. The next school day, Monday, April 11, 2022, Martinez said she visited Goshen Primary to seek answers from Principal Wentworth Henry. "He asked me if I am going to sit there and allow my child to go blind, or am I going to take her to the doctor and take care of it, because they can't help," the single mother claimed. Preliminary tests that were conducted by an ophthalmologist a day after the incident revealed that the posterior segment of the eye was obscured, and I suspect this was the result of a vitreous hemorrhage bleeding in the back of the eye, according to a medical report seen by the news. The latest medical report confirmed that the retina in Shiel's right eye is detached and that she can only see colors, a development that has now placed a strain on the left eye, Martinez disclosed. "They were negligent, especially at the school level, and they tried to hide information from me. If I hadn't heard from my relative that evening, it would have been swept under the carpet," she charged. The Ministry of Education's Region 2 office confirmed last Wednesday to the news that it received a report on the incident from both the school and the child's parent, but did not indicate when the reports were submitted. The Region 2 office covers St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas. The region has compiled a file on it and sent it to Legal Services Unit in the ministry, which is where we normally send anything that has to do with a claim, a spokesperson told the news about the 2022 incident. The principal of Goshen Primary initially declined to comment when the claims made by Martinez were put to him by the news during a telephone interview on Wednesday. However, when pressed, he stated that, "I am not authorized to speak to you on the matter because it is with the Legal Affairs Unit of the Ministry of Education." Henry confirmed that an investigation was conducted into the incident that caused the child to lose sight in her eye, but said he was not authorized to disclose the findings. They were two friends and it was an accident. One child was trying to hug the other, and her hand caught her in the eye, he disclosed, when pressed on whether the investigation recommended any disciplinary action. It was not like it was spitefully done, so there could not be any action that could be taken against anyone. Martinez detailed the runaround she has endured while being forced to spend thousands of dollars on medical care for her daughter for the past 2 years. "When I went to the Ministry of Education downtown, they told me I should go and pay for the surgery and then bring back a receipt, and if anything, I would be refunded," she recounted. "Nobody seemed to care, and I have been doing this alone since 2022. I have another appointment for her next week." Amid the accusations that the Education Ministry has been dragging its feet with the case, the Office of the Public Defender confirmed with the news on Friday that it has already instructed a private law firm to file a lawsuit against the state. The OPD said it wrote to the ministry after Martinez lodged a complaint about the incident. According to the OPD, the Education Ministry responded, saying that an investigation was being conducted to assess whether it was liable, and if warranted, the matter would be referred to the Attorney General's department. After a protracted period of waiting, the OPD wrote back to the ministry. With nothing forthcoming, the OPD referred out the matter to private lawyers for legal proceedings to be instituted against the ministry, the OPD said in response to questions submitted by the news. So the matter is now with legal counsel.